Glendale City Council elections are set for April 7. During our trip to Los Angeles, we met Erik Yesayan, one of the 7 candidates running for City Council. He spoke to us about his belief of the importance of civil engagement, how local politics directly impact the lives of residents and how every voice matters. Although Glendale has a diverse population, almost half of all residents are Armenians. We spoke to Erik about his campaign, the issues facing the community, and his vision for the city.
I was born and raised in Glendale, lived here all my life. Growing up, my parents were very involved in the city, and it was because of their example that they sort of taught me what it means to have a voice in government, and that on a local level how much of a difference it makes when you do get involved. And like really the biggest thing that has an impact on our quality of life is, you know, the decisions we make on a local level. So city council, the people on council, you know, they have a huge impact on the quality of our streets, you know, the trash that gets picked up every day, and the transportation, development, housing. So all of that matters to us. You know, we have this strong base of people who are really involved, but still as a percentage of the city, it's very low. You know, we have about 20,000 people who voted in the last city election out of a city of 200,000 people. So it's like 10% of the entire population who actually vote. And to me, that tells me like we have a disconnect. That on one hand, we have this like growing, dynamic, diverse population, but on the other hand, we have this diminishing interest in civic engagement. And I think it's wrong because there's so much that's done on a local level that has an impact on our lives, and people should be more interested. And part of what we're trying to do in this campaign, why I'm running, is to get more people interested. Like part of the problem is we don't have enough education out there. People just don't know, you know, how, you know, what decisions are being made, how city government works. You know, when you turn on the TV and watch the media, or you watch CNN or any of these big channels, mostly what people talk about are federal issues, you know, or state issues, like what President Obama is doing, you know, what's happening in somewhere far away from us, you know. But we don't talk about local issues. We don't have the media outlets to talk about those things. You know, when you go on Facebook, when you go on social media, which is where most people my age are at, they don't have these issues, you know, coming about. But they all think about it. You know, everybody thinks about the streets they walk on, the place they drive, and they think about issues like, why don't we have better transportation? You know, why isn't there you know, a cafe there? You know, a family that needs a daycare. You know, these are issues that people care about and they think about it. But unfortunately, they don't have an outlet all the time, or they don't know of an outlet where they can talk about these issues. And big problem that I think we have is the traffic safety problem. We have one of the worst records in traffic safety in the entire country, and we also have a very high insurance rate. Our car insurance rates are very high because of that. We had about 10 people who died in the last 2 years, and mostly it affects elderly Armenian seniors. And mostly it's in this area where people are walking, and sometimes it happens in dark streets and where either a pedestrian or someone driving isn't paying attention and they don't see the person and they hit them. So the casualty rate is pretty high, and every week you hear some story about someone getting hit. And I think it's a serious issue that we haven't quite taken it, you know, seriously enough. I think it's vital to have input from all kinds of people. And right now we have a very small percentage of younger folks who are involved or voting. And it doesn't really represent the people who actually live in Glendale. And so having their voices part of this process will help them get the things they want. So my message to voters is that your voice matters. That if you get involved and, you know, say what you think, it's going to matter to what we do as a city. You know, if you think we need more jobs in the creative industry, if you think we need more incubation places where people can collaborate on ideas, then the city has resources to make those things happen. You know, if you think we need more public transportation to help the city move around, you know, in a more efficient way, then the city can make that happen. But we will respond to what people want. It's so cool because there's a lot of people here, especially Armenian youth, who are doing a lot of really interesting projects in programming and computer related companies that they're creating, and they're collaborating with people in Armenia. You know, they're using programmers over there and they're giving them jobs. So I think that's like a really cool collaboration that, you know, as a city in Glendale, we have to figure out ways to help them out and provide either funding or spaces that allow for people to use. I think it's very important. You know, Glendale is a sister city. Half the population here are Armenians, and we have to find more ways of collaborating with people all over the world, you know, not just Armenia, but we're sister cities to a lot of cities, you know, and we could be sort of a hub between a lot of these cities to connect people, and maybe one place can have specialty in something. You know, there's a lot of great programmers in Armenia, and they can specialize in one thing, and then we could do, you know, we could sell their products here, we can sell their services here, and then we could collaborate with other cities as well and do the same thing.